I turned 50 this year, and instead of celebrating, instead of throwing a party, instead of feeling proud of how far I had come, I sat alone in my living room. The house was quiet. The phone wasn't ringing. The world was moving. But I felt still. Not because I had failed, not because I had nothing, but because for the first time in my life, I understood something painful. Something no one teaches you when you're young. Something most people don't realize until it's too late. I spent decades chasing things I thought mattered. And at 50, I finally understood the truth. If you're under 35, this might be uncomfortable to hear. If you're over 40, you might feel this in your chest. Either way, stay with me. Because this realization changes everything. When you're young, life feels like a competition. You don't even question it. You're just running to graduate, running to get hired, running to earn more, running to prove something to your parents, to your friends, to society, to yourself. At 20, I believed success meant becoming someone important. At 25, I believed success meant earning more than my classmates. At 30, I believed success meant stability. At 35, it meant security. At 40, it meant protecting what I built. But I never stopped to ask one simple question: who am I running for? Because the truth is, most of us don't choose our dreams. We inherit them. We absorb them. We chase what looks impressive, not what feels meaningful. And you don't realize you're living someone else's expectations until you wake up one day and feel empty. Even after achieving what you once wanted, one of the hardest things I understood at 50 was this: most people are not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. We waste years trying to impress people who are too busy worrying about their own lives. I stayed in jobs I hated because I didn't want to look like a failure. I stayed quiet in meetings because I didn't want to look stupid. I bought things I didn't need to impress people I didn't even like. And at 50, I realized no one was keeping score. The people I tried so hard to impress, they barely remember. Approval is the most expensive addiction. It makes you sacrifice authenticity for applause, and applause fades every time. This one hurt. People love you when you're useful, not when you're struggling. That doesn't mean everyone is evil. It means everyone is human. Everyone is focused on survival. I helped people who disappeared when I needed help. I supported people who only called when they needed something. I confused loyalty with convenience. And the painful truth is this: if you stop being useful to some people, they stop being close to you. At 50, I stopped expecting loyalty from those who never invested in me. And life became clearer. Smaller circle, less noise, more peace. For years, I believed money would solve everything. I told myself, when I earn more, I'll relax. But something strange happens. Every time your income increases, so do your expectations. You upgrade your house, you upgrade your car, you upgrade your lifestyle, and suddenly you need more money just to maintain what you built. No one tells you this. Money removes financial stress, but it does not remove emotional emptiness. I met wealthy people who were lonely. I met average earners who slept peacefully. The painful truth: money is a tool, not a destination. If you don't know who you are without money, money won't fix that. At 25, you think you have unlimited time. At 35, you feel busy but still confident. At 45, you start noticing small changes. Energy drops, recovery slows. People around you age. At 50, you feel time, not in years, in moments. You realize how many birthdays you missed, how many vacations you postponed, how many one-day plans never happened. We say later, as if it's guaranteed. But later is a promise no one can make. Time is silent. It doesn't warn you before it leaves. And once it's gone, you can't negotiate it back. The biggest painful truth I understood at 50? No one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your family, not society. If you're unhappy, it's your responsibility. If you're stuck, it's your responsibility. If you're unhealthy, it's your responsibility. That realization hurts because it removes excuses, but it also gives power. The moment you stop blaming others, you regain control. After all the chasing, after all the proving, after all the noise, I narrowed life down to 5 things: health, time, a few real relationships, purpose, inner peace. Everything else is decoration. Not followers, not titles, not status. Decoration. If your health collapses, nothing matters. If your time runs out, nothing matters. If your circle is fake, nothing matters. If your mind is restless, nothing matters. Peace is the real luxury. If I could sit across from my 25-year-old self, I would say this: stop trying to impress everyone. Start building yourself quietly. Choose growth over ego. Choose depth over attention. Choose discipline over motivation. Protect your health like it's gold. Say no more often. Walk away sooner. Invest in skills, not applause. And learn to sit alone without feeling lonely. Because one day when everyone is busy, you will need to enjoy your own company. At 50, something shifts. You don't want to win arguments anymore. You don't want to prove points. You don't want to compete. You want peace. You want clarity. You want quiet mornings. You want conversations that matter. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stop chasing rooms where you are tolerated, and you start valuing spaces where you are respected. Life becomes lighter. Not because problems disappear, but because you stop carrying unnecessary weight. Here it is, the painful truth I finally understood at 50. Life is simpler than we make it. But ego complicates it. Comparison poisons it. Fear delays it. And time finishes it. You don't need to impress the world. You need to understand yourself. You don't need more validation. You need more clarity. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to respect yourself. And the earlier you understand this, the lighter your life becomes. If you're still watching this, you're different. Most people click away when the truth feels uncomfortable. If you're under 35, you have time. Use it wisely. If you're over 40, you still have time. Use it intentionally. And if you're near 50 like me, don't waste another decade pretending. Time doesn't shout, it whispers. And before you know it, it's gone